What's up, YouTube, and specifically to all the truckers nationwide? I'm jumping on the day real fast. Got a few questions for you guys as I'm looking to get my CDLs and go over the road, right? Start out this trucking career. So I want to just put out two companies that I've been researching. I looked at all you guys' videos. It's very helpful. So keep on putting out the great content. So many great creators out there, and you guys putting out great information on all aspects of the trucking industry, which certainly makes it easier for those of us who are looking to get in the industry and to get information firsthand from the experts who are out there and who's doing it. So thank you guys for that. Keep it up. All right, so there's two companies I stated that I want to look at. So let's get into it. The first company is Roehl, which I'm sure you guys are familiar with. I watched a lot of your videos online about the company, and that's why I decided to reach out to a recruiter and get some information to see what they had to offer in terms of getting your CDLs and getting started in the industry. So here is basically what the recruiter is telling me at Roehl. Go ahead and get your Class A permit. Did that. Pass your DOT and drug screen. Pass that. Now she's saying, okay, next step, you got to get to Wisconsin, and you have to pay for that. She said, we're not gonna pay for that. You have to get here on your own. Once you arrive here in Wisconsin, she said you go through a 3-week training process to obtain my CDLs. After week 3, I'll test out. During those 3 weeks, she said you'll be paid $616 for each week. Okay, test out on the CDLs. Then I'll come back to my home state here in Pennsylvania and pick up my CDLs. She said about a week off, and then I will be picked up by my trainer, and then we'll head out on the road. I'll be out for a minimum of 19 days up to a month is what she's telling me. And during this time, she said I'll be paid $112 per week that I'm out with my trainer, right? Or if I'm available and there's not a trainer, then I'll still get that $112 for sitting at home, but being available to be picked up by the next trainer. So that's what she's telling me. After that month, she said we'll come back to the terminal and I will be assigned my truck. And I will basically at that point be a company driver and start my career, as an over-the-road trucker. Now, what she's saying also is that there will be an obligation of 120,000 miles that I will owe Roehl for helping me with my CDLs and all of my training. And she said if I come up short of that $120,000 and decide to leave the company before that, then she said they will send me a $7,000 invoice. And she said, if you come up 1,000 miles short, 2,000 miles short, she said it doesn't matter, 10,000 miles short, you're going to receive that $120,000, that $7,000 invoice for that. So that's basically in a nutshell. It seems like with Roehl, if I'm looking to get into my truck quickly, then they might be the company to go with. Not necessarily saying that's a good thing, but 3 weeks of training, CDLs, 3 weeks of training to a month with my driver, and if all goes well, seems like within 2 months with Roehl, you could be out on the road in your own truck. Okay, so that's Roehl, and like I said, there's two companies. The second one is Prime, and you guys have again a lot of information on Prime as well. So thank you all for that. And so with Prime, same deal. My recruiters tell me Class A permit, DOT, drug screen, let's go. Got that. Now she's saying, we're going to get you out to, I'm in Pennsylvania, so I guess is it Piston, Pennsylvania, which is about an hour and a half from me. So that'll work out pretty good. Shorter trip if I need to get home. Even at night sometime, maybe I could if there was something I need to deal with. So she said, you get here, we'll actually pay for that transportation for you to be here. And when you arrive here at the terminal, you will go through 3 days of orientation only, just 3 days, and breakfast, lunch, dinner, accommodations, hotel is provided, which is also provided during the, which I didn't say, which is also provided for rail during those 3 weeks of training for your your um your license. They'll also put you up in a hotel as well. So she said, I get there 3 days of training, and then after that 3 days, I will not be paid for those 3 days, right? But after those 3 days, then I'll pick up my trainer, right? So we'll head out from that point. We'll head out on the road. I'm in his truck or her truck and you guys let me know about that as well. As you're training and that time, whether you guys had any issues like with same gender, different gender, any preference, any issues there, anything from what you're hearing out there as well. Not that I really have a preference, but just wondering, to get you guys feedback on that as well, because, you're in this truck with this person for an extended amount of time, every day, every night. You're going to bed, you're waking up. So, any feedback there would be appreciated as well. So I'm in that truck now with my trainer, and she said, we'll head out, and that'll cover a 3-week period, right? Same as rail, but not at the terminal, just actually on the job training. So my trainer will be required to cover everything I'll have to test out in my CDLs, the pre-trip, the back end, the skills test, all that. It'll be done on the road with my trainer. During that time that I'm out with my trainer, she said, I will not be paid again for that 3 weeks. They'll simply give me $200 a week that I could use, and I'll have to pay that back after the end of that 3 weeks. So I will come back after 3 weeks, test out at the terminal, receive my CDLs, and then I'll head out again with my trainer. Now, here's where the difference comes in with the two. With Prime, my trainers tell me once I get my CDLs, I get locked in with my trainer, I'll have to be on that truck with that trainer for 50,000 miles, right? Then I'll come back after that 50,000 miles, however long that take, which is saying 2 or 3 months, or however hard we drive. And during that time, I will be paid a minimum of $900 per week for obtaining that 50,000 mile mark with my trainer. Come back, I'll test out, and at that time, you make a decision on whether you want to become a company driver with Prime and get the, percents, I think 48 to 50 something cents per mile, or if you wanted to, lease, do one of the lease options that they have with Prime. So that's basically, what I'm hearing. And with Prime, there's no mileage, but she's saying I'll have to sign a 1-year contract. So 1-year contract with Prime as opposed to 120,000 miles with rail, which what I'm hearing from most people is that 120,000 miles, you're talking about 12 to 18 months, depending on how hard you drive. And with rail, those have to be all solo miles. But the 50,000 miles that I'm doing my trainer with Prime is, miles together, combined miles. And then after I get out of that 50,000, then I'll make a decision on how I want to proceed with Prime Company, or whether I want to do a lease. And I would love to hear more about you guys on that, because there's a lot of information out there, but some of the videos are a year, 2 years, 3 years old. If there's anyone that has any up-to-date information on the leasing with Prime, and if you had good experience, bad experience, Prime in general as a company, please let me know. If you guys would just leave a comment down below, and what do you guys say, just like, subscribe, or comment. Any of those, all 3 of those, would be greatly appreciated. Thank you for your time today. Look forward to hearing any of you guys' feedback and comments. Thank you so much. Have a great day.